Holland on
You can't say we don't bring you a few surprises on this bus tour. Some of the roads we're going down, I guarantee you've not driven down before, and I'm sure that some of these roads have never seen a route master bus in their lives.
very well. Picked up CVs from here. I picked up a few CVs round here. Much room for my legs. I haven't got much room for my legs.
No, I know. When you go around the light here.
Yeah, well, I've got my shoes off, I didn't see them well. I don't want
Good old Andy Williams can't help falling in love. As we leave the Great Holland area, we're heading now down to Holland-on-Sea. Shortly on the left-hand side is the Holland Haven Country Park, which is a fabulous place to visit. We used to go as kids, but I lost one of my favourite kites at Holland Haven Country Park on a windy day back in a summer holiday many years ago. But it is a nice place to visit and enjoy a little walk from the Holland Haven Country Park. And then when we get down to the seafront, we're going to turn right and take you right along from the Holland Haven end of Clacton, right the way down to a wonderful strip of Essex seaside, which we hope you're going to enjoy seeing.
And those who are interested in defence of the country and radar, there's a radar station at Holland Haven. You'll probably be able to see the mast as we pass it. It's not coming up just yet, it'll be on the left-hand side.
Yes, I know.
And that's used for guidance. Flights coming in from Europe. You can see it quite clearly now, the radar mast on the left-hand side. Still actively used for shipping and aircraft. lovely walk past the radar station along the beach and the cliff edge there. Whether you want to come to Clacton and do something a little bit different, if you park in the Holland Haven Country Park, you can walk towards the radar station and walk for quite a few miles down towards Frinton.
But in fact, when you look over to the left, you see the tower blocks of Frinton. Of course, as the crow flies, it's not that fun, but with a double-decker bus, and in fact there's no direct road anyway, it takes a little bit longer. But as we've enjoyed that lovely bit of tendering countryside, we're heading back towards the sea.
I think I had too many lights on, but there's always on the edge now. Whereas where the pier is, it's not as busy. Oh, gardens are coming up. Oh, okay, fine.
Everybody okay for the loop? I'm just going past from here in a minute. Maybe down the front. Go on, take it.
It's not stopping in Clacton now, it's going to go
stretch of
back to
Holland
the
on sea we're driving
bottom.
past now, the tendering authorities spent millions, literally millions of pounds reconstructing the beaches here.
Still building.
One of the complaints that people had when they came to Clacton was that if the tide was in, you couldn't get on the beach. There's only a tiny bit of beach near the pier, so they've opened up this whole section here at Holland on Sea. They've reconstructed a beach, put some breakwaters in, cost millions of pounds, and now there's lots of sand for children and us and adults to enjoy on a lovely sunny day. And if you're on the top deck, you might just be able to peer over the edge of the seawall and see these new beaches that have been constructed. And of course the pier is now coming into sight in front of us. It was civil engineer Peter Brough, who was instrumental in much of East Anglia's railways, had a Victorian vision of a new cliff-top seaside resort on the Essex coast, creating Clacton on Sea.
which got off to a slow start, began to prosper during the early years of the 20th century, and then flourished in the 1920s and 30s, becoming one of the country's leading holiday destinations.
Because it links up people. It does, it links up people.
And as the pier comes into view, I think we wanted you to sing along to songs earlier. We all know the words to this, don't we?
Dog garden. There's dog garden.
Where?
Oh, this house got a plaque or something. The side one of these houses has got a plaque. It's for the Salvation Army. Found them or something. It's one of these. It's on the nurse. Got a plaque outside.
And of course, back in the day, in the 50s and the 60s and into the 70s, people from the East End would come to Clacton for a bingo on the coach. And they'd all sing that song as they were coming into Clacton. I do like to be beside the seaside. That recording actually was from the Tower Ballroom in Blackpool. Played on a famous organ there.
But can you name the organist?
I bet you can.
Joyce Smith.
Of course it was.
It was Joyce Smith playing I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside for us today. Yes, those London day trippers getting everything they needed, sea, sand, accommodation.
And just before we go too much further, we'll just quickly talk about the air show. Yes, Ian and I will be hosting the air show again for BBC Essex this year. And one of my worst radio memories for BBC Essex was getting to do a wing walk as part of the air show a few years ago. Ian persuaded me at great length to have a go at this, and I'm scared of heights, but it was the worst experience of my life. Standing on top of an old biplane, the utterly butterly display team as they were called then, and doing a wing walk all along the green towards the Clacton Pier and back to the airstrip, which we will pass en route today. I'll show you. We'll point out the airstrip as we go by, which is still central to the Clacton Air Show and will be again for this year. And the whole of the ground display, if you've never been to the Clacton Air Show, takes place on the greensward here, just coming up on the left-hand side. Once we get past the little boating lake for children, you'll see the greensward, which is full of the ground displays and the aircraft obviously flying overhead.
A little nod to your right in a moment and you'll see the wonderful theatre, the Westcliff Theatre, where we've been lucky enough to work and stage some shows in over the years.
Just look down the road, not this one, the next road on the right, so there's a silver car just waiting to come out. If you peer down there, you should just catch sight of the old Westcliff Theatre. Again, one of the oldest seaside theatres in the country. The Westcliff Theatre, there it is.
There it is, and it's maroon with its flags flying.
Still does an annual summer season show.
Oh, they're tenants,
I think it's in competition with Cromer and having the longest summer season run since the early 1900s.
It's really a lovely theatre if you get the chance to see a show, or maybe even the summer season, the summer show there. It's a lovely, lovely place to visit, and of course you get some good fish and chips before or after.
And we're just coming up now to the start of the greensward for the Clacton Air Show's ground displays. This piece of grass that's coming up on the left-hand side is full of stalls and ground attractions, and it will be doing so again this year, August the 22nd and 23rd. Thanks, Ian.
It's the Thursday and the Friday before Bank Holiday weekend. We will be here.
On top of that toilet block on the left-hand side, there's a rail piece here, just by the shelter, which is the commentary point for the Clacton Air Show.
Oh,
Very glamorous.
I tell a lie, it's Thursday the 21st and Friday the 22nd, so 21st and 22nd. And we're just about to pass the Martello Tower, and another holiday camp was in this neck of the woods.
It was. People would walk into Clacton and go to Butlins. Does anybody remember Butlins in Clacton? Here's a lovely little bit of audio from one of Butlins' biggest fans back in the day.
It's the summer of 1946, and holidaymakers at Clacton were having the time of their lives at the holiday camp reopened after the war. Their fun and games were all organised courtesy of a household name in holidaymaking, Butlins. One of the big attractions of a Butlins holiday were the round-the-clock activities and entertainments. And for the Jacobs family from London, this made the holiday camp their ideal destination. At the age of 3, Norman Jacobs and his parents returned year after year to spend their holidays in the Clacton show. But the numbers of happy camps at Clacton were growing.
Just on your right-hand side there is the Clacton airstrip, where many of the aircraft will be using that site to take on and land past the Clacton Air Show. Although the red arrows, it's too small to take the red arrows, it only has a grass runway.
Yeah, many of the aircraft can't use it, but a few do. That's in there in a Cessna, little aero club, Clacton Aero Club, nice, very nice people. Now back to our little piece of audio about Butlins, and the Norman Jacobs that is going to feature in this is a very well-known Essex author, and he's been on BBC Essex with us many times talking about history of Clacton. He's the chairman of the local historical society, and this is him being interviewed about his memories of Butlins.
The time Norman was photographed among the crowds of spectators, he was part of the big post-war Butlins boom.
It was certainly my ideal holiday.
Norman was 8 when he made his last childhood visit to Butlins. In 1983, the year the camp closed, he was back, seeking to give his son Robert the Clacton camp experience.
When I went back in the 1980s, I mean, it looked old, you know, the paint was peeling off all over the place, and it was just looking old and tired, really. It wasn't how I remembered it. It wasn't the same as I remembered it in all those years before.
Lovely memories of Butlins. It was just, well, almost opposite the Aero Club, just a little bit before that, past the Martello Tower on the Clacton Seafront, opened from 1938 to 1983.
Now again, another holiday camp turned into a housing estate. Funnily enough, we did a programme about Butlins some time ago. We went and knocked on a few residents' houses and asked them if they knew where they lived. Did they realise they lived on a Butlins holiday camp? Hardly any of them knew that fact.
I always thought it was a shame that the road names didn't have some kind of nod to it. I don't think they do. And the same at Dovercourt, those road names would have been lovely if the estate road names would have been named in keeping with Heidi High and the Warner's holiday camp there. Hey, time moves on, as they say. And we move on towards Colchester now, where we're heading back for our afternoon tea. Passing one of the big colleges, Tendring Education Centre on the right.
Whining.
So we're going to take a left at the end here and go what some people still call the back road to Clacton, to Colchester. So we'll take this back through the city centre and we'll wander our way to Layer Marney for that afternoon tea. We're getting excited about the sunshine. We've got a bit of rain on the windscreen down here. Yeah, a bit of rain for the big bus tour. 0
I'm
here.
sure it's stopping here, but I mean, obviously they are.
Yeah.
Picked up people from there.
Thought we were on the Sunshine Coast.
But we need it. Oh, you can smell, just the back doors down here are open, we can smell that smell that you get when rain falls on grass and ground that hasn't rained on for ages. There's a special word for it, I think it's called petrichor or something. That specific smell you get when rain falls on dry land. Love that smell. The farmers and the gardeners will be pleased to see some rain. I don't think we're going to get an awful lot, just a few spots today.